My name is Khosi. I'm an emerging creative. My work is I do a lot of information design, and what I did this year was I launched a book called Thandi's Trippy Trips. And what that is basically a book about a girl. She's South African. She has no exposure whatsoever to what's going on around the world. And that's the basic concept of the book, trying to encourage kids that, you know, you should expand your horizons and dream big, because how can you dream big? How can we tell them to dream big in a world that they're not even aware of? Thandi represented my own ignorance, and I kind of wanted to see which country don't I know much about. And Scotland was it's slightly random because I thought it was very organic and I know nothing about it. So I'm always interested in all these countries that are in the forefront, like England, you know, America, your usual countries, and I wanted to do something a little more organic in my head from my experiences. And this book begins with her actually asking this guy, he's wearing a skirt, and she has to clarify, and he's like, it's not a skirt, Thandi, it's actually a kilt. So, I mean, she's quite quirky in that sense, that she has a lot of perceptions about people, a lot of perceptions about things. But through this experience, through her traveling the world and finding out that there's more to it, she grows as a person, and that's really what I'm trying to do for kids in South Africa. I'm influenced by a lot of magazines and a couple of illustrations. Macbeth is one of those illustrators. His style is completely different, more organic to mine. And I sort of found my style through, you know, looking at various pieces of work. And Monocle magazine is a great influence for me in terms of the concept behind traveling and looking at what's going on in the world. Don't only see yourself in a specific space, and just expand your horizons. I was always illustrating, but I did do a bit of work. I worked in Microsoft, I worked in another IT company, so it's a lot of corporate work that I've been involved with. And this for me was a pet project that I wanted to do because I wanted to kind of make an impact and do something a little outside of my comfort zone, and something that, I don't know, just to test what would be the reaction with the audience. I think that Thandi should be going to Africa and exploring more of the African countries. Why is she going to Scotland? And I found that very interesting as well, but I've also gotten a bit of, you know, the opposite side of the spectrum. So it's interesting to know and find out that people relate to the book differently depending on their own backgrounds. I actually had a lady who came to me and said, this would be great for autistic kids, and I think that for me was the biggest wow moment, because I hadn't thought of that. So that's been very mind-blowing. Traveling is so important to me because it makes you grow as an individual. It helps you to see individuals in a different light. So you don't look at someone and have perceptions of things. It opens avenues that beyond what you've ever imagined, and that's why I think it's extremely important.